Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andrew Olsen-Talski. I'm going to give you another UFC prediction video. This time, UFC 294. Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2. It's going down Saturday, October 21st, 2023 from Abu Dhabi. Prelims begin at 10 a.m. First fight, guys. Bruno Silva against Magomedov. I'm going to side with Magomedov in this fight. Zero confidence in this pick. Both these guys get a lot of first-round finishes. Got to like the fact that Bruno Silva has a ton of UFC experience, and he's gone the distance. He's fought some highly ranked middleweights. Magomedov, a lot of first round finishes. Somebody's getting knocked out. I'm just gonna say, for the fact that they probably want Magomedov to get a win since it's in Abu Dhabi, I'm gonna side with Magomedov. But like I said, zero confidence, guys. Bruno Silva's a talented striker. Jinyu Frey against Victoria Dudakova. I'm just not high on Frey. Dudakova, she's got a win over Estela Nunes by injury, which is a very quick fight 3 months ago. I'm going to side with Dudakova here. Daniel Wood against Mohamed Naimov. Naimov didn't look that impressive. Well, he did beat Jamie Malarkey in that fight. So what am I saying? So good on him. He is 9-2. He's dropping down to featherweight here to take on Nathaniel Wood, I believe. And I'm going to side with Wood here, man. He's shown that he's a pretty serviceable featherweight fighter. Fought at bantamweight a little bit, but look, I mean, Charles Jourdain, Andre Fili, those are decent wins, man, especially over Jourdain. I'm going to side with Wood here to pick up the decision. Jubli against Mike Breeden. Mike Breeden, he doesn't have a UFC win. He's taking knockout losses left and right. And I think that probably continues here. With Jubli, Indian fighter from India. UFC is definitely trying to promote this guy. He's got a lot of finishes on his record. Probably still unproven, but I'm going to side with Jubli to pick up the win. Cedric Dumas against Izitar. Izitar, I don't think, has fought in almost 3 years, guys. Lost to Marc-Andre Barriot. I'm going to side with Dumas. Dumas impressed against Cody Brundage in his last fight. Brundage looked like a shell of himself, so take what it is of that. I'm going to side with Dumas here to pick up the win. Javid Basharat against Victor Henry. You got to side with the Basharat brothers, man. This guy's undefeated, 14-0. Coming off a nice win over Mateus Madanka, beat Tony Gravely, Trevin Jones. Trevin Jones no longer with the UFC. I'm not sure if Gravely still is, but Gravely's a very good wrestler. Victor Henry, he's coming off a win over Tony Gravely. Lost to Asuncao. Beat Barcelos is what put him on the map. I'm going to side with Basharat here. Mohamed Yahya against Peak. Yahya, 12-3 on a 5-fight win streak. All his wins in UAEW Warriors. Trevor Peak, man, we know this guy puts on wars. I'm going to side with Peak here, but I think the way to beat this guy is to take him down if you can. But, man, this guy's got a lot of finishes, man, and he's an exciting fighter. So I'm going to side with Trevor Peak. Tim Elliott against Muhammad Mokaev. Tim Elliott's on a 2-fight win streak, but the competition level's a little higher here. I don't think Muhammad Mokaev is as good as we thought he was. Still undefeated, man. He still made it work. Kind of waiting for him to drop the ball at some point, but I'm going to side with Mokaev here. Take up the win. Probably finds a submission or decision on Mr. Elliott. Syed Nurmagomedov against Gafarov. And this is the Gafarov I was thinking of. Coming off a loss to Castaneda. I think Syed is just too good, man. He's a pretty good fighter. He's coming off one loss, but he's won all his fights prior to that, losing to Jonathan Martinez. We see how good Jonathan Martinez is, man. He just chopped down Adrian Yanez in the first round. Or the second round, I mean. So I'm going to side with Syed. Aliskerov against Alves. Aliskerov has a lot of hype. He knocked out Phil Pauls in his last fight. And I think he continues his trends here. Warley Alva's just getting this fight on short notice. Not really high on this guy. I'm going to side with Aliskerov to pick up the knockout win. Magomed Ankalaev against Johnny Walker. I like Ankalaev here. Johnny Walker definitely has shown some improvement in his fights. It's not a 3-fight winning skid here, man. I thought for a while this guy was on the verge of getting cut. Beat Anthony Smith, beat Paul Craig, beat Ian Kutalaba. Say what it is, but they're all wins. So props to Johnny Walker, man, for kind of reviving himself here. Ankalaev, he hasn't fought since that Jan Blachowicz draw last December. UFC's kind of put this dude on the shelf, but this guy can very much be fighting for this light heavyweight belt sometime in the near future, man. So this guy was on a nice winning streak here, but I don't know what happened. The UFC just did not like that title fight, but gotta side with Ankalaev here. Fine takedowns. And just beat Johnny Walker there. Usman against Chimaev. You know what? I'm going to take the dog in Usman here. Just not really impressed with Chimaev. Yeah, he's got a lot of hype, and I enjoy that too. I mean, I'm all about it, man. This guy's got some great knockouts and stuff on his record. What he did to Gerald Mearshart, what he did in his debut. You know, beating John Phillips, Reese McKee. You know, he's got a lot of nice wins, but this guy hasn't fought since last September, over a year. What's the reason for this? Moving up a weight class, and he's probably one of the more talented guys at 185 as far as probably speed and stuff like that. But Usman, this guy, he might be better in weight class up. You know, I mean, these guys got a similar reach, whatnot. I'm gonna side with Usman here by decision, man. You know, even if Usman hasn't been training, whatever, I'm going to sign with the guy here, pick him. So, like I said, I'd like to see Chimaev fight Strickland, sure. Why not? Let's see that spectacle, you know. So, I'm going to side with Usman, though. Makhachev against Volkanovski. I'm gonna go with Volkanovski, man. What a close fight the first time around. Volkanovski, you know, he does have something to lose as far as where he may never get a title shot again if he loses, or face Makhachev if he loses. But you gotta respect the man that takes a fight on 10 to 11 days notice or whatever. He's gonna be a dangerous guy, and don't know if that's gonna, necessarily lead to a win here. But I'm gonna pick Volkanovski for the upset, man, in Abu Dhabi. So guys, these are my picks: Volkanovski, Usman, Ankalaev, Aliskerov, Nurmagomedov, Mokaev, Peak, Basharat, Dumas, Jubli, Wood, Dudakova, Magomedov. And guys, I hope all you guys cashed with me on Barboza in the last UFC event.